This is podcast 19 with Edson Lin. Edson, welcome.
What's up?
So I know it's hard to get you on. I know you're calling from California. How is it?
Yeah.
How is it compared to New Jersey?
The weather's much nicer. I think I came here around like last August, so I experienced the winter, which was like very noticeably different than the East Coast winter, New Jersey
Mm.
specifically. No snow or anything like that.
So you're in
Um,
Southern California then, right?
no, I'm by the bay. That's why I have the Golden Gate right behind me. That's my
Uh-huh.
background.
Okay. Okay.
I'm like east to the city, east of San Francisco, in a town called Dublin. Um, yeah,
Can you see
and
the
then
Golden Gate from where you are?
no, it's like
Oh, okay.
another hour drive to the city, where we take the BART, which is like this train for. It's like the what's that? And it's like the NJ Transit, basically.
I see. I see. Well,
Yeah,
it's been hard to find you because of the 3-hour time difference.
yeah.
But are people friendlier in California versus New Jersey, or different type of culture there? Like, or not you can't tell. Not much
Can't,
different.
can't really tell me. People's just gonna be people. Everyone's comes in different shapes and sizes, personalities.
Right,
You know,
right.
so it's. I
I
mean,
don't
there's
think
no accent what different wise. Like how you compare to the South. They
South,
got
the
some
South.
some dirty rednecks.
Careful they
Yeah,
don't come for you.
yeah. They're,
But like, yeah, we haven't caught up since I think before COVID, right? Before COVID, you were working towards finishing your, I think it was IT, right? That's the what you graduated in from
yeah.
Rutgers.
Hmm.
And then so since then, like we haven't really talked. So like, well,
Yeah.
like what went into your decision to go into IT? Because I know that wasn't your first choice, or you were kind of bouncing around thinking of what to do and all that. So how did that all turn out during college?
Well, to start, I guess I was gonna do comp sci, but then took like the first freshman year, and then it was like I want to be lazy and not care about coding, so I gave up on that. I just switched to general IT. Like I had
Mm,
to do like write a letter, to get into the School of Information and Technology, and
mm,
so I did that and switched my major. Well, I was still juggling between majoring between wanted to do economics and IT, and then come come around senior year, I got lazy again. Just said, all right, econo. What is that class?
econometrics
Yeah, econometrics, which is it like literally
blows.
demoralized me to want to like even continue on. Like I passed the course with the C, but that course just made me want to give up on econ and just made me like forget everything basically.
Econometrics, the calculus-based econ stuff, right?
I can't even remember what that class was going on. Like I literally don't even remember. Like I remember attending the classes, but I just don't remember ever paying attention to it at all because it was just yeah. You remember Elliot from high school?
I
That
remember
big
Elliot.
yeah.
That's
I
right.
had him do my homework while he was while he was in NYU. I just like yo Elliot because he was also doing econ and he was also doing econometric and he's like, oh, this stuff is easy. What the heck? I'm like, all right, bro, do it for me. And I'm like, sure, send me the links. I'm like, sure, here's my user, here's my password, do it for me. That's how I passed the quiz.
Well, was the IT a little bit easier than compared
Oh
to
yeah,
that?
IT was hecka easy. So I specialized in like they had like a specialization called gaming innovation and some other crap. It's like just about building games, making games. Um
Right,
yeah, but
right.
a little more coding in there, but the coding in there was basically just following like what the code that's already pre-written in the textbook. So like
Mm.
didn't really learn much there either. So like not that I could like after college go into the gaming industry right away and do like a coding or anything. Like it's just looking for like testing jobs, but that didn't really turn out well either. And
That
so I just even like left out my resume. I left out the part where it says like specialization. I just put it as a general IT and as a whole.
I see.
So
That
yeah.
what your general IT knowledge? Do you now do stuff in IT that
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah,
sure.
yeah?
Yeah,
It's
I work as like a help desk person.
Uh-huh.
In this like it's like a well, it's not a hospital, it's like a health plan for like
Okay.
lower income people,
Gotcha.
mainly the Hispanic population for in towards
Are
the
there a
east
lot of
side.
Hispanics where you live?
No, I live in like right now I'm in Dublin. It's like the more, I guess, rich side as you know, as we approach the city, we get close to the
Mm,
city. There's like a lot of Indians and Asian here. And then my
mm.
job is more east. It's like an hour drive east into a town called Modesto. Um, yeah, and that's where
That's where Hispanics, Latinos are.
Hispanics, Latinos, more low income, yeah, low income Hispanics,
I see.
blacks, yeah.
Matt, but
Yeah,
the knowledge you use at work versus
sure.
the what you learned in college, do you think you could have went without college and still do your work? Or is it
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
in the field of IT, like
Uh-huh.
after college, like my main takeaway was that really you just need certifications and all whatever you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to do networking, be like a network administrator, you really just need to get like certificates to validate yourself and like
Uh-huh.
work experience in general. Like college is not even like you just got to get your foot in the door, get some work experience, and have the certificates to back it up, like Network Plus, and then
Right. Now
beyond that,
you touched upon gaming, like specialize in gaming. Is that something
sure.
you still want to do? Like if
Um,
Activision opened up a job to you, would you take it or you're like, nah, no,
like what
no
kind of
way.
job? Like just like a
Like working on the next Call of Duty game.
like I wouldn't know how I'd be helpful though. Like I ain't gonna be in there doing like Unity stuff and like game engine stuff and draw out like I don't know mountains. I don't know. I can't do that.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah.
What if like to test out playing the game or something?
Oh
You
yeah,
do it? Oh
I'll
yeah,
definitely
totally.
do like a tester. Like that's initially what I was trying to do, like just like game testing. Like I know I read somewhere it's like like a very boring job, like you're just playing the same thing over trying to find glitch. But like I probably wouldn't mind like yeah, but never got to it too. Or never
Gotcha.
found one in New Jersey, but it was
Mm.
probably more like West Coast kind of thing because New
Oh, it's a
Jersey.
West. Oh, okay.
Well, not really. I don't think so, but it's just like more major companies are on the West, I think. Like,
Yeah, you're Silicon Valley right there. Yeah.
yeah. So like all the
Yeah.
big tech companies are here
Right.
and like, so
Right. Right.
Activision probably operates here somewhere.
Now, how about like the people you've met during college? I know in college too, you joined a fraternity. Do you still keep in contact with those guys, or you do
Yeah, yeah.
anything with people in
Well,
New Jersey?
yeah. Well, it's harder to keep in contact with them now because of the distance, and I haven't
Yeah.
really gone back to visit for like see them in person for like 2 years. But I still keep in contact with like my year and the year after, like the people, the bros that are um that like I graduated, like that I knew before I
Mm,
graduated. But like after that,
right.
like
Right.
there's more active house, like more people kept joining every semester. So like I don't know the new kids, but yeah, it's whatever.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, I still play like Apex and League with like, with the bros and like even people from high school like Tim.
Tim Park. Maybe we'll get
Yeah.
him on soon. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
Gotcha.
gonna try to do a I can hit him
Yeah.
up and be like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah. No,
I'll
actually,
probably
I'm gonna contact people from Boy Scouts. Yeah. Definitely get him
actually
on. Yeah.
yeah,
Actually.
I actually play Apex a lot with Tim too.
When did that become a popular thing?
What, Apex?
Yeah.
Apex Legends? I think it came out like 2019, I think.
Oh, right before COVID. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like
Kind of battle
yeah, it was
royale-ish.
like spring of my senior year. I just remember that spring break. I was like literally like everyone out was out for like was gone for the spring break and my
Uh-huh.
roommate upstairs, I just said he had like a computer built and everything. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take over your computer for a week, and I just like literally hold in his room, played it on his computer, played Apex for like a week. Yeah.
I see. I see. Now, actually, speaking of video games, I think when we first met, it was
Hmm.
also through playing video games. Back then, the
Sure.
popular game was Mario Kart, right? You're in Mario Kart
Oh yeah.
Pro. You remember that?
Yeah.
There's 12 cars, right? And then
Yeah.
you were so pro, you could be last place, count to 30, was it? And then get
Oh
it back to
yeah,
first and beat
yeah.
me up in that. You
Oh
remember?
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's all about the item luck and stuff in Mario Kart, really. Once you get the blue turtle shell, it's over. or the bullet. Well, you start with the bullet, and then you get to like what, sixth, fifth place, and then you get the turtle shell, and then first place is yours for the taking, basically.
Did you bring the Wii with you to California?
No.
No, it's the
Well,
where
the
is it?
Wii is like, it's got to be. It's still at New Jersey in the old in the home in my New Jersey
Oh,
house that my sister is taking over.
gotcha.
But you know, like the Wii's got to be like retired by now. Like I don't see
Yeah,
anyone still
yeah,
playing the
yeah. It's
Wii.
Switch now, right? The
Yeah,
Switch.
yeah, the Switch.
Now the next popular game was Call of Duty, Black
Hey,
Ops, right?
yeah, but one thing about Wii is that you
Uh-huh.
never beat the Wii Sports, man. The Wii Sports are like the best. The baseball, the bowling, the Wii bowling. Oh, they're the best games. I think they need to bring that back or something. Those are,
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
I like,
esports.
those are fun. Have you ever played
Gotcha.
those? Like
Yes,
the
but
Wii baseball, you just like swing.
I only played the sport, the original sports. There's just five of them, right? It's like
Yeah,
tennis,
tennis. Yeah.
boxing,
Oh yeah, yeah,
golf,
boxing. Yeah.
golf,
Well, golf was all right.
baseball,
Mm-hmm.
bowling. That's the
Yeah,
ones I
everything was
remember.
fun except, I mean, I don't think I remember playing golf much, but yeah, Wii Sports was fun.
Yeah, I don't know what was so fun about that. I think you were on like another level. You were so good. You were like trying to break records or whatnot.
I
I
mean,
never got into it.
yeah, back then it's just too much time on my hands, you know, too much time in that game around.
Do you feel you have less time now?
Uh, in a sense, yeah. I mean, with the job, basically, I mean, I work eight
Nine
to
to five.
five, like
Oh well.
yeah, 8 to 5, and I have to get up at like 6:40 since I have an hour drive from my work.
Mm.
It's like 50 miles one way, so like I burn through my gas. Oh my, don't even get me started on the gas
Is this
prices
six
right now. I
dollars or
literally,
$10?
bro, it's 670 right now. Well, at the most expensive at Chevron, it's like 670.
Uh-huh.
But if I go to Costco, it's only 6 right now. Like
Oh
last week it
geez.
was literally 550, and now this week, like what?
For
It's
us, it just went over five. For us, it just went over five here in New Jersey. Yeah, it
yeah,
sucks for
but
you guys in California.
yeah, and especially I can drive every day, like 100 miles. So I have to like refill my tank every 4 days essentially,
Oh
which is
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
drains
it's
drains
fine.
the money. It's
Hmm.
like 1 hour's pay every week.
Yeah, it's fine, but I like my job at least so far. It's chill.
Okay,
I really do
gotcha.
nothing.
But you have weekends open, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a return to high school in a way, right? In
What do
that
you
it's
mean?
like a set schedule from like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
like
nine to
school, I guess.
five during the week. You could do whatever in the evenings you want, and then
Sure.
weekends you could do whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
But I
Gotcha.
mean, you got less breaks and stuff, like as you probably know,
Oh
we
yeah,
only
yeah.
have select few holidays. I think my company's pretty lucky because we're like we're a pseudo government company because we're like a health plan. So we're
Mm.
kind of government. So we get like government holidays and stuff. So we
You get
have like,
Juneteenth off next
yeah,
week,
we get
next Monday.
Juneteenth off. We have like total like 13 holidays or something. So
I see.
pretty
So
nice.
Juneteenth and then July 4th, right?
Yeah.
So you got some two big holidays coming up to game a
Wait,
bit.
do we have Juneteenth off?
I don't
I
know.
actually don't
Biden
even
just
know.
signed it and made it a federal holiday. You could ask. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll check.
Yeah, yeah. Check it out next week. I think the game after Mario Kart that we played was
Hmm.
Call of Duty Black Ops. That was the
Right.
hot game then, right?
Yeah.
And then I started playing with Michael and David, like, and we were just amateurs. And then I
Uh-huh.
didn't realize you were playing it too, because we played on a PS3. You played it on Xbox,
Yeah.
right? I know there's this PS3 Xbox rivalry, and then you were
Yeah.
like light years beyond us.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like bragging about your KD ratio, right?
Sure.
Like over, we were like below one, and you were like, I don't know, fours, right? And then also zombies. That was the
Oh yeah,
best part
zombies
right
was
now,
the
right?
good times, good
Kino.
times.
Uh-huh,
Oh
uh-huh.
yeah, Kino, all those good games, good maps. They got to bring them back. Kino,
Are you still into Call of
Moon, the
Duty? Do you
Reach.
play mobile on the
Uh,
iPad?
I don't play mobile.
You don't play mobile.
Like I dabble with Warzone, but I mean I prefer Apex over Warzone.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
yeah, and I mainly play on the computer now. I like built one. I mean,
Uh,
I take it you play mobile. Sounds like.
I do play mobile. Yes,
Mm.
I do play mobile. I play with Joseph. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
how's that?
It's so much easier. I can get a
Yeah.
KD of 4. Yeah, on mobile. Yeah, it's nothing
Nice,
now.
nice.
Yeah, but I remember when I play with you, like it's like a drill instructor, you know, like Austin, stop freaking dying, you know, and
Yeah.
also zombies like Austin, how'd you get down again? You had the thunder gun, you know, things like that. And so I don't
Right.
know, it's like and then when I was playing with other brothers like Sam, you know, I
Hmm.
think who else was at my house? Jerry maybe, Steven. Anyways, they were like, you know, why are you so good? You know, you could like stream now. And I'm like, well, it's all thanks to Edson's training, you know. Like that playing with you, like you just let yours be on better than other people. You ever thought of competing, competitive gaming?
No, I mean back then, yeah. I mean back then, in hindsight, back then I probably should have, because given how good I was back then, like now I'm like not as great as I was. It's probably because it's controller difference. Because PC gaming is actually, because with controller gaming you have aim assist. So like
Uh,
right when you aim down an enemy, your aim is like assisted to help
Perfect.
aim
Right.
on the guy, so you can start immediately hitting him your first few
Uh-huh.
shots. With the PC, you gotta actually aim him, so there's no aim assist. So it's kind of harder for me on the PC, but yeah. But back then, definitely probably should have done like looked up something and done some like LAN tournaments. I don't know, like
Uh-huh.
win a
Uh-huh.
thousand. Because I remember like getting into college, I met a bro who was like, yeah, I was like, he played like COD tournaments as well when he was like
Uh-huh.
in middle school, and he won like $1,000 or something. I'm like, shay, okay.
You could have done that.
Actually, I
Yeah,
could
you
have
could
done
have.
that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And like Black Ops wasn't even my prime. Like Black Ops 2, I forgot when that came out, but Black Ops 2, that was my prime. Like they Black Ops 2, they first came out with like the ranked gaming and stuff, and like
Yes.
yeah, I was always like literally like I literally grinded every season to be like masters and everything.
Uh-huh.
And like
Uh-huh.
people would be like, "Oh wow, you're so good!" Like then when the chat when I kill him, like, "Why you must have like a scuff controller or something?" And like I'm like,
Nope,
"No, just
nope.
regular controller."
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah. Well, after Black Ops 2, I guess, right? Did you
Mhm.
keep going? Because they keep churning out more Call of Duty games,
Yeah, every
right?
year. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Um.
coming out with Modern Warfare 2 or something.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, which is like the one everyone's hyped for, because the first one, the 2019 Modern Warfare, was good, and then
Mm,
followed by like what's the other two? Or like the past two games were trash, and then now they're back to Modern Warfare 2, so everyone's like hyped about it, because there's
Vanguard.
like
I
three
think Vanguard,
publishers,
right?
like yeah, there's like three.
Activision, Treyarch. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
something like.
like they get turns making Call of Duty. So like now
Uh-huh.
we're back to the Modern Warfare side of things. Like the past two was just not that great. Vanguard, yeah, Vanguard, and like some other
The
one.
World
But
War II one. Yeah,
yeah, I think World War
wasn't that
Two. Yeah,
wasn't
those were
that good.
okay. Yeah,
I
was
mean, oh, the other thing was survival mode. For us, is Modern
yeah,
Warfare 3, right?
yeah.
But it's the old Modern Warfare 3. They're back to Modern Warfare 2, but it's a updated or remastered or something like that. You think
Yeah.
this will ever end?
Call of Duty, no, they
Yeah.
make hella money. I doubt it'll ever end.
But
Like
like this that was started our generation. You think new generations will latch on, kind of like Pokemon, you know? They still make Pokemon, right? It's never gonna end. They just
right,
keep making new Pokemon, you
yeah.
know? Is it ever gonna like get a generation where it's just like, it's not cool, you know? Or is this like
Probably
gonna stick
not.
around for a while, 20 years, you'd say?
I'd say it'd stick around for like another 20 years, just given how like successful they are, because they're with
Mm,
like Activision Blizzard now too. They merged,
mm,
um, and like people buy the games, and like they also make new things, like when Fortnite was a big thing,
uh-huh.
like the battle
Battle
royale thing.
Royale,
Yeah,
yeah.
they also made Warzone, so they're keeping it up with like all the trends, and like
Mm,
with the battle royale, it's like what's it called? What's the term they use? It's like microtransactions, where you spend. It's like free game, but you spend money in the game. So that's how they even make more money.
right. But like
Mm,
let's say Assassin's Creed, you know, it's gone like we say it's gone kind of downhill. It's not as popular as it was before, right?
sure.
I think you played Assassin's Creed too, right? Remember Ezio
Yeah, I
Auditore.
even played like the one before, the Valhalla, where
Oh, Valhalla,
oh
yeah,
no,
with the
Odyssey,
Vikings one.
Odyssey. No, no, no,
Oh,
Odyssey,
Odyssey with
actually. The
the
Greek
ancient
and the
Greeks.
Spartans, yeah.
Yeah,
That one
but
was
you
pretty
think like
nice.
that's not as popular as it was then, right? You think something similar would happen to like Call of
Well,
Duty,
honestly, popular, it all depends on like
your
individuals
group,
as well.
your
Yeah.
niche?
Yeah,
Okay, I
really. I mean,
see.
like I still would play it because it's different, it's more refreshing. It's like swords and assassinations with blades instead of guns. You're constantly shooting. Like I'm probably by now I'm probably like I tried like Far Cry the other day, Far Cry 4, because they were giving out for free on Amazon Prime. So I was playing it, but I was like just so sick of it
Mm-hmm.
from just on like all the shooting game. I'm actually just like as you grow older, maybe I don't know if you feel the same way. Like I'm just so much more like I guess like growing tired of the games, or maybe just like the games aren't
Mm.
even as entertaining anymore, and I just don't even like right now I'm just only playing Apex too, like and like sometimes League, like I have just because like there's nothing fun right now, and there's like
Mm. Right. So
yeah,
don't you think that like your generation or your grade, like after
sure,
playing so much Call of Duty after a while, you no longer want to play Call of Duty. And so that
yeah.
initial audience, like you can't retain it anymore. Cause like,
Well, that's why they
you
gotta
know,
come up with something new, something refreshing, something that everyone will look into, like
so like maybe for us it was zombies, it's like it's not multiplayer, it's something different. You're killing zombies. That was fun. Right.
yeah.
But now you need something, a new concept besides zombies. You can't keep repackaging that. Right.
Well, if they make new maps, I would still play, like hoping like the new Modern Warfare 2 has good maps, and they bring back zombies, and
Oh no,
I'm
but
willing to give that a
they
try.
said they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't
Oh, they
bring
said
back
they're not
zombies.
bringing back
Yeah, they're not
zombies?
bringing back zombies from Modern Warfare
What?
2.
Okay.
Yeah, but they might, like they did it for World War, the World War II one, right? The Vanguard or the Cold
Yeah,
War. Cold War.
Cold War. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
got that one,
You
but
played that one? You like that? I didn't play it. Last
Cold
zombies
War?
map I had was Black
Oh
Ops
wait,
2.
no, actually it was it was the 2018 one before Modern Warfare. It was the World War II one, actually, not the Cold War, sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
the World War
okay.
II had, I think, had zombies too, but
Yeah, they had World War II zombies. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I didn't know anyone who played then, so I was just playing multiplayer.
Ah, I see. I
So
see.
yeah,
You're zombies.
zombies
You
you
got to
need
play
like
with friends and good
yeah,
people.
so and like I mean like a party that knows, that talks or something at least. So you
Communicates.
communicate.
Communicates.
Yeah, I gotta make the crawlers, bro. I gotta make the
Yeah,
crawlers. I
yeah,
gotta go
yeah.
pee.
Uh, uh,
you know?
yeah, keep the crawler going. Yeah, yeah. Try the
Yeah,
box, things like that. Repair the windows. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I know. You trained me up. Yeah, so of course I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Right. Basics. Get jug. But they got rid of jug and whatnot, I think, for one of the zombies. There's like you start out with 3 different perks, right?
Hmm.
It's no longer perk
Oh,
based.
really?
Yeah. But then they
See, that's
changed
why
it
they just
back
gotta
because that
bring back the
sucks.
old games. Yeah, exactly. That's why they
Yeah,
just. I probably gotta get my Xbox again and just play Black Ops again. Honestly, the
yeah.
best game.
Black Ops, you think? That's
Yeah,
when game peaked, you think?
yeah. Honestly, well, I wouldn't say. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2 was great also. Like the
Hmm.
bus with the zombie map, that was pretty nice.
Transit?
Yeah,
Everyone hated
Transit was.
it.
I mean, it was a fun
Yeah.
concept,
It was fun concept. Okay.
because it
Okay.
new, and I mean it was exciting.
I
But
thought you liked
I mean,
Mob of the Dead, the Alcatraz
oh
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, you like that
I
one?
mean, all the maps are great. Like that's why I got
Uh-huh.
all the DLCs. But yeah, it's just they don't make them like that anymore.
They don't make them like they used to? Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah. It doesn't feel new anymore, right?
Mhm.
For zombies, you see a future with it, or is this it has to be new maps, really? Or
Yeah.
another concept. Because they tried Extraction, right? Or some like alien based one, and that didn't work out too
Oh
well,
really? Yeah, I
right?
think their best success would be just going back to zombies, not that survival shit or the extraction shit. Like zombies is probably what everyone would like. But they
Mm,
just like the more they add to it, like it's just
just keep it simple, right? You
yeah,
just
just
want to
keep it
keep it
simple.
simple.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
make it back to the way Black Ops was. Just buy
Uh-huh.
guns off the mystery box. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Survive as long as you can.
Mm. But they would have to keep coming up with new maps, and wouldn't you get bored? Because you're saying you're kind of like not into shooting games anymore. Because I don't know whether it's age or whether it's just you play too much shooting games, so it's just like
Well,
boring.
no, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just the right kind of shooting games. No, I was more specific towards I guess single
Assassin's
player
Creed.
games. Yeah,
Uh,
like single player games, like single player shooters, I guess. Like what's the point in that? I mean, besides for the story, maybe. I'm
well,
not really into the story. I'm just about the gameplay.
well, we recently had a lot of mass shootings recently in
Oh
the
yeah.
U.S., right? Right.
Yep.
Not to connect it with
Texas,
video games, but I don't know if you
Buffalo.
kept track of it in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The
Oh
George
yeah,
Floyd
yeah, yeah.
protests.
Well,
And then he shot some of the protesters, right? And it
that
goes
guy's
into all
in
this
jail right now,
self-defensive
right?
thing. No, he
Yeah.
got acquitted.
What?
Yeah, because it's
That's actually wild.
self-defense. It's
That's crazy.
self-defense. Yeah, because they said
Like,
the protesters were attacking him, you
sure.
know, and so
Yeah, like,
his
yeah,
self-defense
it's just
laws.
stupid how like they even allow these Proud Boys or whatever to like bring ARs into the street and just like as a protest, like what the fuck? Like you have
Mm-mm.
buy better guns and cops and whatever, like, and the cops just like, okay, whatever. I see you with the AR. I'm not with you. Like, oh, we'll go with the black people that's just peacefully protesting or some shit.
Right, right, right.
Basically,
But like the lawyer that was prosecuting Kyle Rittenhouse, right? He was like, he asked him, "Do you play Call of Duty?" And he was
sure.
like, "Yeah, I do." And
Yeah.
then he was trying to relate that to like him shooting up people. So I guess my
Sure.
point is, do you think like playing violent video games leads to shootings like that? Does it incentivize Edson to go get a gun and go like shoot some people up, or no? Not at all.
Nope. Not really. I mean, I've played all these shooting games all these years. It doesn't. I don't want to like buy a gun and like go out and shoot people. No, I know the
Mm,
consequences behind these actions and stuff. Like
mm.
those people just, I don't know, they're on power trips or like they got mental issues. Like, yeah,
Right, right,
it's
right.
just. Where's that from again? Where's that
Kyle
shooting happen?
Rittenhouse?
Yeah. Is he like Virginia or something?
No, I think it's Wisconsin or some Midwest state. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's
yeah.
definitely just like, I don't know, some
Minnesota,
rural
possibly. Yeah.
background, like deeply white. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Right, 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 right,
Something
right.
like that.
Right, right. So it depends on more than just playing the game. It doesn't mean you play the game and you're gonna go shoot up some place, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
That's why my dad didn't want me playing GTA. You know, Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
he thought it
No.
was shooting cops. You know, it's not good, not good.
Yeah, no,
And
I
so,
had to convince my dad to get me GTA 4, I remember. And then he was like at the I think it was like GameStop. No, it was definitely like Walmart or something we went. Or Target, I think it was Target. We got it there. Like the cashier even asked for like an 18 or a ID from my dad to buy it. I'm like, okay. And like after I got home and started shooting cops in the game, my dad's like, oh, I shouldn't have got you this game. Like what the yeah. But
but do you think
yeah.
cops play that game?
I mean, sure. I mean, if they're down for, I'm like probably younger cops like our age,
Yeah,
probably,
yeah, yeah.
you know, more
Right.
versed with the technology, the gaming.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. The only thing I remember about like the Kyle Rittenhouse court thing was that video of him just crying, like fake crying, alligator tears. Like, oh man, that was so hard to watch.
Uh,
It was crazy cringe. Like, wow.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
Right. As video games get more advanced, you know, it's not just a controller anymore. Now it's like you put on the VR headset, right? Maybe we'll
Mm.
get to that point. I think Oculus is out now with some games, right? It's not to the point where you could
Quest.
immerse yourself in a first-person shooter environment, but maybe one day we get there, right? You excited for that? You scared of that? You think that will make it more realistic that people will go out, buy guns, and do the real thing? You know, it just bridges that gap, or what's your thoughts on that?
No, I think if you go out and buy guns strictly to kill people, that's just some like you're just
So,
up. Yeah,
uh-huh,
you're
uh-huh.
literally just in the wrong mental state, bro. You don't know how society works.
Okay.
Like literally, like you don't know laws. You don't know the laws. You
But
don't
they don't even
understand
care
anything.
at that point. They're like Joker at that point, you know?
Yeah, so there's gonna be consequences, So like,
Well,
I
they
mean,
usually kill themselves or they get killed by cops, you know?
yeah,
They don't
yeah,
like they just don't care at that point, I feel, because they feel like all societies let them down,
right.
right?
Hmm.
So, why do you think now versus like I guess 20 years ago that this is all happening?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's just been happening. It's just not as widely reported as 20 years
Mm,
ago, with all the social media technology or whatever. You
mm,
don't see it as often. Like now everyone's got a camera. Now everyone's like recording. Um,
mm.
so you just get
It's more
more
exposure
technology.
to the stuff like that,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like how have you been paying attention to like the war in Ukraine?
Oh
Like do you
yeah.
use Reddit often? I mean, have you used Reddit?
Joseph
Okay.
does. Me, not
Yeah.
really. Yeah, he
Okay.
shows me stuff on Reddit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like on Reddit, there's like the subreddit called combat footages. Like now, like it's like this past 3 months, it's just been popping off with like actual combat footages from the war in
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
and like you just see a lot of videos where like they have similar to VR, right? Like
Right.
they just control drones and they just fly a drone over like a group of people and with like a grenade attached and they just release the
Yes, I
grenade.
saw that
And you
one.
literally
Yes.
see the videos of the grenade dropping on the person through the car window or on the person or into like the bunkers, the
Uh-huh.
trenches. And then
Right.
like they just boom, it blows off and then you see like they just like "Bleh," and then they just fly on the ground. Like you literally see like these
Right. Yeah.
like war in like videotape now. That's just how far
Right.
advanced technology has been.
But do you
So
think
like,
like when playing video games, when you set that UAV or you call him that VTOL, that
sure, yeah,
Warthog, you're
yeah,
also like shooting people. You think the line's getting too close for comfort? Like the line between reality and
yeah. Like
uh
if you're killing people through like a drone, like a video control drone,
yeah,
you're probably less sensitized to like what's actually happening because like
mm-hmm.
you're just getting like a infrared feed or like a far away
Visual feed.
camera
Yeah,
feed. Yeah,
yeah.
you're not like right there to get the see all the blood and
You
gore.
don't smell it either, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't feel it's yeah, it's only your visual sense that's working.
right. Yeah,
Right, right. Would that be a job you're up for in military? Drone pilot.
sure. I mean,
Yeah. Transfer
yes.
those video game skills to
Yeah,
real
like
combat.
you literally see like the way they control their drone is they have like their phone and then
Uh-huh.
like a PS5 controller like attached to the phone. It's not a PS5, but it's like basically like a Xbox PS5 controller attached to the
Uh-huh.
phone and then like the videos on the phone. They just get the joysticks and then they just drive around the drone and
Right,
it's like
right.
so quiet, so like they don't even hear it until like the bomb is like right there in
Yeah,
the
there's no
boom.
there's no narrator like Call of Duty, like
Yeah.
RCXD
Yeah,
inbound,
yeah,
things like
RCXD.
that. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably
There's
yeah,
nothing like that, right? But
exactly. Yeah.
it's actually you're actually killing people through
Like
that, right?
predator missile incoming or some
Right.
shit.
Yeah, yeah, there's nothing
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, chopper gunner inbound, right? That's
Yeah.
nothing like that. But like the
Mm.
Russians, I feel like they don't have as advanced tech, right? Some people say they're still using pen paper maps, things like that. So they
Yeah,
actually
like
see the they experience what's going on first person. They're getting shot down by these drones or getting spotted by these drones,
like I
right?
heard they were like you still using tanks from World War II or something.
They're starting to do that because they're running out of
Yeah.
tanks, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. Did that shock you that this happened in February, a sudden invasion?
No,
Or you
I
saw it
guess
coming?
yeah. I mean, pretty much shocked everyone, I think. I never saw it coming. I just didn't I think we were like already past the war stage, but I guess we never know, you know. Like
Ah,
people
when you
like
say we're
Putin's
past the war
crazy.
stage, you mean like World War III is not going to be able to happen in the world today?
Probably not, because I mean, it's not, I never say never, right? You
I
know,
never
you
say
got like my boss
that.
loves saying, the Murphy's Laws. If you don't know Murphy's Law, it's like the worst. What was it? It's like
The worst thing that can happen will
happen
happen.
will happen. Yeah, exactly. So like it could be World War III. Who knows? But
Yeah, maybe over Taiwan, right, Edson?
yeah, like China could join in, but join in with Russia or whatever. But like a lot of people say it's not gonna happen because given the sanctions we see already on Russia, it's
Mhm.
not China won't risk that because China is more economic based versus like or their priority is more economic versus like I guess well they just main goal is economic so
Right, they're an
they
economic
want
powerhouse
their
versus the
economy.
world,
Yeah,
versus like
yeah.
Russia.
So if they get
Russia's like,
sanctioned, they just
yeah.
yeah, basically.
But does that F them or does that F us?
Well, it affects everyone, like that's why
Because like
gas
we,
is crazy expensive.
yeah, there's that. But like if China manufactures most of our goods, right, and we
Sure.
stop trading with them, or we place a what's it called sanction on them, doesn't that hurt us more than it hurts them because they're making our goods?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that like they're like 80 some percentage of their like I don't want to spill out random things I don't know,
That's all
but
right.
I read somewhere that it's like over like what 60% of their like GDP growth comes from like US or something or
Hmm.
like everywhere else. Like
Right.
not their mainland
They're
basically. So
very
they
dependent on international trade, basically.
exactly.
And then
Yeah.
once
So
that balance gets siphoned
yeah,
off, then but if it like let's say relations with China doesn't go well with the U.S., couldn't they
sure.
find new trading partners like India or like I don't know, Indonesia.
I thought India hates China also,
Oh
because
yeah, well yeah,
wasn't
the
there like a
borders, yeah,
border
yeah, yeah.
dispute? Yeah,
Yep, yep,
they
yep.
were just
Right, right,
shooting
right.
like guards on both
Or
sides, like whatever.
how about like Middle East, you know, Saudi Arabia or Iran or you know, those
Sure, if
countries.
they want to team up with freaking terrorists, go ahead. Like, I
Not all of them
guess.
are terrorists. Saudi, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whatever. What's the country with Al Qaeda? That's Al Qaeda now again.
ISIS, ISIS, you mean?
No,
Oh, you
like
mean
didn't
no, no, no.
they
It's not
give?
Al Qaeda. Taliban,
Oh
Taliban in
yeah, Taliban.
Afghanistan,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Afghanistan. Like they give them
Afghanistan.
control back to Taliban, and now they're doing all the women stuff again, like
Oh
banning
yeah,
women
women
rights and stuff.
gotta yeah can't get
Yeah,
education, have to wear the coverings, things like that,
yeah. And they
right?
promise they'll change, So like, sure, we'll hold them to their promise.
You think so? But they're so deeply immersed
Religious.
in
Yeah,
their religion.
yeah.
If you hold your like religious belief or what's written in their Quran, I guess, right, over like anything, like if you place that first,
I'm
that
sure.
leaves little room to compromise. You know what I mean? Versus
Yeah,
like you growing up in the U.S. Like I think you grew up in a more liberal environment, right? Where it's like, you know what, you be you, I be me, right? Just have a good time, things like
sure.
that. You're more accepting to new ideas. There's no like foundation like no homosexuality, you know, women are subservient to men or something like that, you know. So
Hmm.
you think like that type of attitude makes people more unwilling to change?
Um, well, again, I think everything just as time as technology advances, right? Like they get access to more like social media or
Uh-huh.
like I don't know, just more online and stuff. Like you'll
Right.
probably see the world differently and just I don't know. Like most of them now have like iPhones now too, right? Like in Afghanistan, they can probably do on whatever they want, like and just like I don't know what I'm going with this, but like I just think like with technology so prevalent everywhere, like they should be able to be informed
It
nowadays on
eventually
how it's
trickled
going
down to
around the world.
people. You and I, we met each other through church. Church
Yeah, I think so.
advocates for a certain purpose of life, right?
Sure.
Uh, outside of the church, or have you found like another purpose, or think that you know there's something out there that church didn't quite capture?
Well, like what do you mean? Kind of.
Well, church basically says that purpose of life, right, is man was created in image of God, right?
Sure.
So man's like a God-shaped vacuum, right? Man needs God in a way, otherwise he'll never be satisfied, right? But
Mm.
some people, maybe their purpose of life is like, you know, teaching, right? Teaching, they
Oh
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
help
Sure.
kids or whatnot, right? It
Yeah.
really like it's hard to connect that back to God. Some people maybe in church are able to do it, but you know, like, or maybe like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, their vision is to go to space, right? Or build a big company, something like
Sure.
that,
Wait, so what
increase
is,
capital.
I'm still confused. Like, what is the true purpose that God wants us to do? Like, just keep preaching and stuff, like shepherd, or like what?
I think that it's to become more and more like God.
So just keep repeating his words and just I don't know, like what how do we ever know like what God was doing, like oh
How
so
God was
just
doing.
yeah,
I
like
guess most of it's from the Bible, right? What's written in
so
the
we just
is
trying to
what God
follow in his footsteps and like what get nailed on the cross too or what?
that's something I question too. Like, what does God want today? I don't know. Like, some people say you need
Yeah,
like a personal
like
leading from God. You need to spend time with God, like through prayer or reading the
sure,
Bible, and then you have like some inspiration
sure,
that you get, right? But I
exactly.
personally don't have that, so like, I'm
It's
just
not like
like,
yeah, it's yeah,
yeah,
personal connection. It's like nighttime prayer, whatever you pray when you're in distress. Sure, I get that, but like it's not like you're praying
no,
24/7
but
if
it's
that's
not
what
just
God
praying.
wants.
It's just not just praying in distress. Church like wants you to pray like it's your God's your friend.
So exactly, like they want us to like just constantly think of God next to us and constantly talk to God 24/7? Is that the purpose that church wants us to do? I don't know.
I think that
Like,
lead like I don't know. I don't really know either. I feel that I think they want that so that eventually like you know God more as a person and somehow that helps you. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting though, yeah, but exactly. So like that's why I'm just confused. Like he's gonna keep preaching all day and spread God's word, I guess.
But I
But
don't even think the fight is in preaching. Right now it's like individual. There's not a lot of young people left in church life, especially the ones we know,
hmm
right? A lot of people left because they just don't see it kind of like you and me.
Yeah.
right? Like what's the point, right? And it's just
Right.
like, okay, you go to the meetings, you do this, you do that. Well, what's it all for in the end, right? I think the
Hmm.
fight right now is for yourself. Do you have the personal recognition of God? I can't say that for me. Yeah.
I mean, I do believe God exists. That's how we're created. Maybe like I don't believe how like, well, like I don't know how like when the whole universe Big Bang, like we just came from particles or whatever. How dinosaurs came from particles, I don't even know. Like I don't know how we were ever created. So like the only explanation I do believe could be God. Like we
Mm,
just put
mm.
on the earth. So I mean,
But what after that? It's like, why did God just leave us on
exactly.
Earth, right?
Yeah, we just develop our own stuff, like that's why there's so many different ages. We just advance. we just
So you
we
think
just
technological advancement is a gift from God, or is like a man? It's like
no, it's
a
just like it's just evolution basically. You see how like dinosaurs evolved to like what they are now, like regular birds and alligators,
chickens.
yeah, chickens, just like how we evolved from cavemen to like, yeah, it's just like half god, half human. So it's like a symbiosis or whatever you want to call it.
Where do you think God is today in our age? Like right now, where is God?
Mm,
Is he
well,
is he like
everyone,
watching us like a play, or is he still contacting some people and we just don't really know?
yeah, we just don't know. I mean, everyone keeps saying he's coming, he's gonna come. We gotta be ready when he comes, right? But we don't know when is he coming. What are we just gonna keep waiting and keep preaching, keep repeating the same Bible to every new generation till he comes, which he may
Mm,
never come. Like it's basically just like at this point, like you would think like it's just like a fictional story, like the
mm,
Bible, like it's as like as good as a fictional story, like a novel or whatever. Like just read it and then you believe what you believe. Like same with other people. Like they believe the Quran, they believe whatever the
mm.
Buddha text. Like every like yeah, it's just like
Every religion, they have their own scriptural text and they just follow it, right?
exact yeah.
But
So
it's
it's
not
like
real to you, really. It sounds like it doesn't seem that real to me either, because it's like, well, if all these religious texts are just stories,
right.
right? They might just not apply in our society today, where it's like we're in another like
Yeah.
technological age. Like we don't use swords anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We use guns and
We
artillery
don't nail
pieces
people to the
and
cross
drones,
now. We don't whip people.
right?
We don't hang people. We don't.
Well, some places still
Yeah.
do, but not U.S. at least, right?
Right.
But that's it's like, so that's why when people say it's kind of getting outdated, is it, or is there something intrinsically there? It's like that we're
No,
built on
it's
like,
it's still like ancient text, like so like it's just forever gonna be there in like a grand library, like people those that believe will still take it as the truth and preserve it.
why do you think people believe that?
It's definitely just like a family thing, traditional thing, like
It's a societal thing.
it's societal and also like family, I guess. Like if your ancestors believe they're just gonna keep passing it down generation, like it's just like if my grandpa was religious, his grandpa must have been religious, and his, so and his and his.
But then a
It's
lot
like
of
in there.
people who are in church, because I guess our world's more secular now, they don't stay in church anymore, so it doesn't actually get passed on to them.
Right.
Why is that?
Just like a lot of, a lot of Asian Americans or like me, for example, or like you, us, for example, like, we know Chinese, we know like maybe Taiwanese, like the dialects and whatever, but if we don't like really know it, we won't be able to pass it on to our kids and whatever. So it's
Mm.
just like it's like the same dilemma, I guess, like if you don't believe. But I mean, it's just written in text, so it's gonna be there still, even
Do you think that
after.
there's some divine inspiration from the text? You know what I mean? There has to be something besides the text for it to keep being passed on, right? Does,
Well,
does God speak through that text?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe God speaks through those texts to some people. Like that's why people like take verses and memorize them because it's meaningful to them.
Mm.
So it's just whatever you find meaningful through the text, whatever, like a quote you find that's great, you will reuse it. like you take
Mm,
like a
mm.
great like you take a great quote, like example
Murphy's law.
Murphy's law, like yeah, you'll memorize all those stuff, you'll use it. It's something meaningful to you, you relate to it. So yeah,
Mm, mm.
so it's just like a regular old quote, you know.
Do you think religion, like Murphy's law, you see something applicable in life and it reminds you of Murphy's law, right? But
Hmm.
sometimes it's like you don't see it in your life, but you try to force your life to be how the text is in a certain way, like written. you know
Sure.
it's like the opposite way of how things is that a not a good thing, like trying to conform or like be a certain way because the text is there, or you want to have a certain experience because it's written in the Bible, rather than like you had this experience and then it's like, oh, it's written in the Bible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like some people find it like that. So that's why they're able to like preach on and on to like different people, like become pastors, become priests or whatever, you know. So
mm,
they find meaningful in those, so they want to share and spread.
mm. How would God or Bible be meaningful to you?
How would it be meaningful to me? Well, I never, never studied the Bible like you. I don't even remember finishing like a full chapter or whatever, or a full, is it called a full chapter? Like a book? No, it's called a book, right? I never even
A full
remember
book.
finishing a book.
Okay.
Yeah, like a book. Maybe some verses, sure, but never a whole book, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, God is meaningful because I do believe God exists. So, like
mm,
that's all that I need. Like that's all the validation I need. I don't need like to hear like just hours and hours of like preaching and preaching. I just know like God exists. Okay, like stop talking.
mm. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then why not just not believe in God? It's because
Well,
it still makes God still makes sense, or there has,
yeah, I'm
you
sure.
know,
I'm sure. It probably like again, like I do say that it could be a fictional novel, but again, it could also be real since it's like really old scripture, right? Like we learned in history, it's passed in like the what 15th century. There's like a whole Renaissance age or the
Reformation, Martin
Reformation,
Luther,
yeah. And
95
like he
Thesis,
printed all the
right?
Bible pages and whatever, so like
Gutenberg Press, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly, the press or whatever. So unless that
Mm.
guy who invented the press was the author of the Bible, he's just trying to trying to make some money and with the invention helped him, but who never knows if it's like that's just history, it passed from like
But that's
years
Western
way back.
history. Like maybe some person from China is like, well, that Bible's never not something from China. It's just a Western thing, or from the Middle
Yeah, that's
East.
why they believe in Buddhist and that's why they believe in Quran and whoever their God is. So
Mm.
everyone's got history in their land, so it's like
So then,
yeah,
does everyone
maybe
have a different God
it's gotta be all the same God, but
through
just like
different lenses because of
yeah, through
culture?
different lenses, but like how do you have different gods, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's why we don't see God, because like, there's different gods and they're probably up there fighting or something. I don't know. Like
How do we know which one's the right one? Yeah,
exactly. So like yeah, I
too much
do
to think
believe there
about.
is a God, but just like everyone
Mm.
has their own opinions, so like everyone has their own God and you believe whatever they want.
How about your purpose of life? Like, forget about like God for a sec, right?
Sure.
Just like, what is there to life, right? If
I
if
don't
if
know.
it's
Just live. Just
you
live.
make do you make your own purpose then?
Yeah, just make money and live. Be able to live happy life,
Mm, mm.
happy family, to be able to get a family, start a family
Uh-huh.
and just like I don't know, do things
That's it.
adults do. Yeah, just like get a family, own a house, own a car,
Mm.
and like
Why do some
yeah, have
people have
money for retirements. Yeah.
mm, mm. So yeah, it's live a comfortable life. Why do you think some people then have like purpose that doesn't quite fit that? They want to make a groundbreaking research, or they want to help society in a certain way. Where does that come from? Because it doesn't benefit them individually or
Yeah, well,
materialistically, right? Where does that? Is it just
there's
because each people are different, so different goals, things like that?
yeah, different goals, different like different experiences. I'd say like if a person's involved like with like his purpose is like researching cancer, he probably cure for cancer, he probably like believe it's the right thing that he wants to help people, or that could be that he had probably family member who had cancer and passed away, and he's like hoping to prevent that in the future, like find a cure for it to save, because he's went through something traumatic, so he wants to like, help fix it. So that's his purpose, that's,
Right.
I don't know.
How about conflict in human society? Why do people fight each other, kill each other? How does that come into play? I feel religion has a big part in it because it's like if you
Yeah.
believe that your God is the God, then every other God must be false then, right? You can't reconcile religion. And so then people
Hmm.
will fight to the death for it. But how about
Sure.
like maybe nation, like the Nazis, neo-Nazis is good enough excuse to go into Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
What causes conflict? And if all people want is have a good life, why do people fight?
Well, it's like they want more power, I guess. They like same with rich people, they want more money. All they know is how to make money, so they want to make more money. So that's why you see all the big
Mm,
corporations, they keep like 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 those underpaid workers or whatever, like they try to just cut costs everywhere so maximize profit, like rich people want to stay rich, like powerful people want to stay powerful. So they like Putin, for example, like he probably just wants to leave like some meaningful legacy behind before he passes away, because wasn't he diagnosed with cancer or
cancer,
whatever,
yeah,
so he's
blood
probably going to
cancer or
die soon. So
something.
he just probably wants to make like a impact for like that, make sure people remember his name or something. So he's just doing it in a bad way, I guess. But I mean, still like a headline everywhere. So I guess in
Mm-hmm.
both ways, he
He'll be
achieved,
remembered.
yeah, he achieved his goal. I
But
mean, and ultimately he does achieve his goal, just doing not maybe not the way he wanted, or maybe the way he wanted, because he's double downing on just keep attacking, attacking, attacking. So,
but you see how he causes so much suffering, right?
sure,
Right? Is it like? But to him, it's a worthy goal. To the people suffering, it's not worthy,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
well,
who's in the right then? Is it like history is written by the winner? So whoever wins this war will determine how people see the war? Or
mm,
is there something intrinsically wrong? Like Nazis should not have put Jews in concentration camps. Like most
yeah,
people would see that's wrong,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, yeah, you got like all after the war, it's eventually everyone's gonna like learn that everywhere everyone's saying how the historical analysis, or like the analysts, they're all going to be saying like how why it's wrong or whatever. So that's why like it's I mean it's just going to be wrong, like
You
that's
think
how.
so?
Or I mean they could exactly, I mean that's the job
But like
for
let's
those
let's say like
historical analysis or war
no, but don't you
analysis
think
or
how
people.
you analyze history is dependent on your culture? Like think China and Taiwan, they have
Sure.
basically the same history with Chiang Kai-shek, right?
Yeah.
And Chairman Mao,
Mhm.
but they see it in a completely different light, or they hold
Mhm.
certain facts over others, just because they're brought up in two different societies and they're taught two different sets of narratives or facts,
Mhm.
right? So how do you reconcile the two? There is no like, unless you're like in America, I guess, third person looking in. But then even China's like, oh, that's a foreigner, Waigor and Kanfa, right?
Yeah.
So then who's standing in the right? You know what I mean? Who's looking at it from an objective perspective?
Well, it just like time will tell, I guess, like now,
Uh-huh.
like nobody will want, like I don't know who was right back then, but all I know it's in its history, but now time will tell, like, like now people will think if China invades Taiwan, oh like there's like a, isn't there like a Pacific Alliance or whatever? Forgot
Well,
what
then
it's
they'll
really
say
called.
that's like a US based alliance,
Yeah,
right?
like
It's
don't
made
we have like
against
a
China.
fleet or like a ship that's always like um
Oh yeah, we have fleet
passing every
station
year?
there.
Yeah,
We
we
have
have,
fleet
it's like
station
passing
in
there every
Japan
year or
or South
something.
Korea. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's protected by the alliance. So like, so if it's protected, that means like they don't want China to invade. That's why they think it's bad.
Mm,
So that's what I take
I
from that.
see. But most
That
of
it's.
history is written by winners. Like the ancient Romans, they saw Carthage as bad people, like
Hmm.
Hannibal is bad,
Right.
right? So
Hmm.
Hannibal is seen as someone bad. It's only recently now we were trying to re-examine that. Like, was
Hmm.
Hannibal truly bad, or was that just Roman propaganda because they hated him so much? And then
Well,
since Rome destroyed Carthage, we don't have anything from Carthage talking about Hannibal.
I actually don't know much about Hannibal.
But it's just, what's another? figure. How about Native Americans? That's a big one. Since we wiped them all
Sure.
out, right? Like
Yeah.
they barely have a history left because like most of the history is told like through U.S. right? How the U.S. expanded across the
Right. Right.
continent, right? And then the
Yeah.
French and Indian War, right? We call it French and Indian War because we're viewing it from the British perspective, right? From
Hmm.
the French perspective, it's the British and Indian War, right? From the Indian perspective, it's the French and British War, right?
Yeah.
From the Europe perspective, it's 7 Years War. So
Yeah.
it's like depending on what perspective you look at it, it almost seems like
Yeah.
you,
So
you gotta
again, like
yeah,
as time passes, right? Like we look back
right.
now, we realize that's why we preserve those Native Americans, like tribes now or whatever. Because probably we think it's wrong that we did that in the past or something. So
Mm,
that's why
mm.
there's like reservations for them and whatever, you
What if they
know.
want more land back?
Well, it's just not gonna happen because like history has already
It's just not gonna
has
happen.
history has already spewed its course, So like,
Mm.
yeah, I
Mm.
can't.
How about trying to correct the course of history? There's a lot of talk about that going on.
Yeah, correct. Like as like again, just like I don't know. In my eyes, it's just like the reservations. That's their way of
The big
amending
one.
it.
I
Yeah,
see. I
I don't know
see.
much, but yeah,
But
like
a
same
lot
with
of Indians are very poor, or they live in poverty on the reservations. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, I mean
They
that
they, they can't
because
hunt
they were
anymore.
Native Americans, so
Uh
like
huh.
so they just lived in the wild. That's their lifestyle.
But
So they
there's no
can't
more
hunt
wild
anymore.
left. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
wild meant roaming the Great Plains, right?
that is
Traveling
true.
wherever you want. It didn't mean like they didn't have the concept of property, but now we do
Sure.
have a concept of property and land, right? This is your
Hmm.
land. You stick to it. You can't go outside of it, right? So
Yeah.
maybe like it's like reservation is like a false hope almost. It's like yeah, you get your land, but it's like they can't hunt and live how they used to, and so but they
Yeah.
also like don't want to drop their culture and completely
Yeah. Of
convert to
course.
Western or American
Yeah.
values. So what do you do then? Yeah,
Well, you do
it's a
with
complicated question.
yeah, you just do with whatever your gut tells you, whatever I guess the time or whatever, like just situational wise, right? Like
Uh-huh, right,
same
right.
thing with the slaves, right? If we talk about the slaves as a whole, black people are
Reparations.
still being able to, yeah, like
Yeah.
reparations. Black people are still looked down upon, not really looked down upon, but like by the cops, I guess these days. There's
Mm,
still like a big like like bias, I guess, or like
mm,
just
mm,
of whole stereotype towards black people. Like you can easily
mm,
tell with all the protests with the guns, like why the Proud Boys versus the Proud Boys armed protests versus like simple BLM peaceful protests. But like, and then the way the cops treat them instead, and
mm.
like versus like white people, yeah, just like that. But
Gotcha.
so it's still like, even though we corrected slavery, but it's still ongoing. So like, same with the Native Americans, they just gotta.
You mean the effect's still ongoing, or there's still people living in slavery?
Well, I mean, the effects are still ongoing. So
Mm,
like, even if we try to correct the past,
mm.
it's still like
S-
it's
The
still
effects are.
remnants of the past. So like,
You
yeah.
can't
What's the
fully
question?
correct it. Hey, you can't
Yeah.
the past. You can't fully correct the past. I think, or like,
Yeah.
can you remedy the past? That was I think the initial
Okay.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You used
Yeah.
to in high school want to be like the cool kid. You had to wear a certain thing, talk a certain way, play
Sure.
certain games. Is that still a thing now that you're adult, or it's like long gone since college?
Well, don't think I was like the cool kid in high school, maybe in your eyes, but I think I more peaked in college, after joining the fraternity, or not
Uh huh.
really, or just in college as a whole.
Mm.
Um, yeah, just college just opened my eyes more and made me more, I guess, social.
What makes
And
someone the cool kid?
just if you think you're cool, you self-validation. That's it.
It's a self-validation.
Yeah.
I think
If
I'm
you think you're
cool, so
cool,
I'm
you're cool.
cool. I
Yeah.
think I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah, you just gotta think you're cool, act like
Positive
you're
feedback
cool.
loop.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You are your biggest fan, so yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that's really all I had. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
I mean, just like what's up with you? What do you do now? What's your job or whatever?
Oh, everyone asks that. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, I
like, well,
mean,
what's up? What's up? I
it's
mean,
like I
I
haven't
guess it
seen
makes
you in
sense.
2 years. Yeah.
We haven't caught up in a while.
Yeah, like I
I'm
don't even know
currently
when you
working.
graduated college.
May
And what you
2021.
and
Yeah, I
what was your
graduated
major?
last
What was
year.
your major?
I did statistics, mathematics. Yeah. So
Oh,
there's a stats degree, and then I took 3 more math classes, and it became a statistics mathematics degree. But they were the three
oh,
toughest math classes Rutgers could basically throw at me. So
oh, okay.
yeah. So did that.
I
It's
mean, it's
hard.
still
Find a job these days.
well these days. I think it's easier just because COVID. I think it was just well, maybe not now anymore. Maybe like during when like last year around the same time, it
Right.
was easier because COVID was just dying down and everyone like
Mm,
vacated a lot of stuff or whatever. Or maybe even now because everyone up is like quitting for find remote jobs,
right.
like not want to drive to an office anymore. So there's still a lot of opportunities.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but
I see.
yeah,
Well, it's good catching up with you, Edson. And
yeah,
hopefully when the Call of Duty comes out, we'll do a new podcast and talk about how that game
sure,
is or some other big event that goes
yeah.
on.
Wait, so
Yeah.
do you still even you just play on your iPad? You don't have like a PS4 anymore, or like did
No,
you
I
build your own computer, or
the
like do you
most
have a
recent
computer?
PS3. I have PS3. I didn't ever get a PS4,
Oh,
PS5. No. It's still
really?
the most recent Call of Duty I have is Black Ops 2. I haven't updated since.
Right.
Yeah. Really just play COD Mobile on the iPad. Yeah.
I see. I
And maybe
see.
get you
Okay.
in too. Sometimes I play with Sean and Joseph. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Get Edson
Yeah.
in. We'll be unstoppable battle royale. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Sure.
know?
Sure. Sure. Wait. So are
Yeah.
you still living in the same house? Or
Same house, same house. I should
nice.
move out, huh?
Well, I'm still with my parents, so or my mom
Mm,
really, but yeah, I'm
gotcha.
probably I want to move out soon too.
Is your
But
dad in Taiwan?
he's actually here, but he's going back next week.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So is Joseph in high school now or
He's in
college?
Rutgers now. Second
Oh, everyone's
year.
going to Rutgers. What the heck?
Oh, not everyone. Just yeah. But Sean, Joseph, Zion, they're all at Rutgers. Yeah. Peter's in
Yeah.
Boston.
Oh,
Yep.
nice. Boston.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
But
it's been
yeah.
a while. Nice beard or whatever it's called,
Grow it out.
goatee.
Should I grow it out or shave it?
I mean, how far can you grow it out? Like, is
I
that
don't
the most it's gonna
know.
be?
I don't know. I don't
Mm,
know if I should like just let it keep going or
sure. I mean, it looks okay.
looks okay. All right.
Yeah, just keep
All
going if
right.
you want. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Edson, good talking to you. I think
Sure.
we'll end here today.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
I
Bye.